Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, July 10th. On the impact map, the heat wave continues. Areas in the purple will have some localized breezy conditions along with that incredibly hot and dry air. Winds borderline critical, not very strong, but when humidity is 4 or 5% during the day and fuels are very critical, things could happen. But the big happening here is going to be on Friday after a prolonged record hot, dry period. We have thunderstorms, high base thunderstorms returning to the area from south to north. They'll be isolated to scattered on Friday, more widespread over the weekend, and especially initially the first day or two, they will be mostly dry. So we're monitoring that situation very carefully. No significant precipitation or lightning. Some of this stuff over Nevada are just false radar echoes, estimations. New fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow, again covering just about all areas. Been very dry, bone dry the past week, and quite dry the last 14 days as well. There was some residual moisture about 11 to 13 days ago in parts of southern Utah and up in Idaho, but that has long since evaporated. You can see the ERCs near record levels, areas in the purple, 90th percentile or higher, areas in the red. Just about all quadrants and all the other stations are very quickly catching up. The 100-hour fuels, this area in red in the low single digits, as dry as it gets. This area was non-existent about 3 days ago. It has now spread significantly from south to north. The entire geographic area in the gold, 6 to 10% 100-hour fuel category. On the weather map, big dry air mass again over the area with high pressure, with heat. You see the high risk for heat in most areas. You look very carefully, you will see a little bit of a W every once in a while in the Sierra here. Unfortunately, they're the same color, some localized breezes coming in during the afternoon. You can see some of those winds here off at Tahoe, not significantly strong, maybe 15 to 25 miles an hour, but given the dryness of the fuels, that could be critical. You can see how dry it is, single digits to low teens from south to north. Similar story. Again, the high risk continues mostly for the heat, a little bit of the wind across western Nevada. We look and we see some of that wind here. Some of these oranges are gusts in the mid to upper 20s. Not quite critical, super critical, but except the humidity is so dry, and it's been so dry that a fire could burn very quickly in those kinds of conditions. Now on Friday, the high pressure that was over California, notice it has shifted over into Colorado and into the Plain States. Clockwise flow is allowing for mid-level moisture to return. That is this area in the black. It's not deep moisture, so we're not expecting a lot of thunderstorms or a lot of heavy rain. The main monsoon is this area in green down here, but just enough moisture to trigger some late day or evening thunderstorms in our southern periphery. We'll have to watch the Sierra chain as well. We'll probably stay west of the crest on that day. Winds, you can start seeing these are outflow boundaries from where the model thinks there'll be thunderstorms. Still breezy up in the Snake River Plain, very dry humidities. This is where the computer model predicts some light, spotty thunderstorm activity here with very little rainfall. These gray shades are 100th, 200ths of an inch of rain coming up from the south, along with these very low humidities. You can see the temperatures. Again, the record heat, 105 in Reno, still 105 on Friday, but you notice the temperatures, 102 already in Salt Lake and 104 Friday. Boise up at 106, 108, so just incredibly hot weather. The broader range precipitation doesn't show. It shows a little. You have to look very carefully. There are a few pin drops out here on the map. Now we look further on Saturday, a bit more moisture coming up the Sierra chain and also pushing up this area. Anywhere in this area in black, we could see thunderstorms. We've been a little judicious in pointing our high risk, but we have it for the Sierra front, expanding areas in the south as well, and we'll see how it goes. It could be a little bit further north of here. It definitely, the moisture surges northwards on Sunday. This band pushes all the way up from Nevada through Idaho, so we have high risk for southwest Idaho as well, up in the Payette. You see high risk down here in the southern Utah mountains as well. And then on Monday, again, that moisture train pushing northwards. Some of this may get a little wetter, so we've held off on the high risk down here. Notice that the southeast corner of Utah misses a lot of this moisture, so they may get very little of it. but still high risk up in the Idaho mountains. And then by Tuesday, notice the moisture is out, dry air mass pushes back in, southwest winds increasing ahead of this trough. So after the lightning, we get dry, we get the wind. To monitor that, this is the 7-day precipitation totals. A deep monsoon stays in Mexico and maybe the southern half of Arizona. Could be some localized wetting rains in the north, but not that much. 8 to 14 day stays hot. And near normal precipitation for most areas. We'll see about this above normal precipitation. This is still a little uncertain at this time. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.